So, we're going to look at two women born in completely different worlds at different times. On one hand, you have a Native American girl forced into a government school. On the other, a young Dalit girl in a super vibrant Indian village. Now, on the surface, you'd think they have absolutely nothing in common. But their stories, they share this incredibly powerful, unifying thread, a childhood struggle for dignity that would pretty much ignite a lifelong fire of rebellion. Let's explore how that happens.
And here they are, our two protagonists, Zitkala-Sa and Bama. One is captured in a moment of, you can just see it, fear and oppression. The other in a moment of pure, innocent, joyful curiosity. What neither of them knows yet is that these seemingly ordinary childhood experiences are about to set them on a path of lifelong resistance.
All right, so our stories begin in two starkly different worlds. First up, there's Zitkala-Sa. She's a Native American girl, and she's just stepping into the cold, rigid world of a government boarding school. Then you go halfway across the globe and we meet Bama, a young Tamil Dalit girl, taking her usual vibrant walk home through a really bustling village.
And their first impressions? They could not be more different. Zitkala-Sa is just thrown into what she calls a bedlam. I mean, a terrifying chaos of harsh noises, all in a language she doesn't understand. Meanwhile, Bama's world is this complete sensory feast, right? A street full of what she calls entertaining novelties and oddities that just totally captivate her on her walk home from school.
You know, Bama's journey, which really should only take about 10 minutes, it stretches to half an hour, maybe even more. She's just captivated by everything. The snake charmer, the monkey performing, the man chopping onions, the sweet stalls. Her world is so rich and detailed and just full of this innocent joy.
But these initial impressions, one of pure fear, the other of pure joy, they soon give way to a really unsettling new reality. Both girls start to encounter these strange, unspoken rules of the powerful cultures that are trying to, define their world for them.
For Zitkala-Sa, the confusion hits at her very first meal. She's faced with this bizarre, regimented system of bells. A bell rings, she pulls out her chair and sits, but everyone else is still standing. She feels the piercing eyes of this pale-faced woman on her, and she gets so overwhelmed by the fear of making another mistake that she just breaks down and cries.
Bama, on the other hand, she sees something she finds absolutely hilarious. An elder from her street is carrying this small packet of snacks for the landlord, but he's holding it so awkwardly by the string, like way far away from his body. To Bama, it just looks like a funny game, and she says she wants to shriek with laughter at the sight of it.
For both girls, though, this initial confusion is about to completely shatter. They are right on the verge of a painful, shocking realization, a discovery of the cruelty that's hiding behind all these strange rules.
So, for Zitkala-Sa, the shock comes when her friend Juduin gives her this terrible warning: the school is planning to cut their long hair. Now, this isn't just a haircut, it's a profound violation. In her culture, short hair is a mark of mourning, and shingled hair, that's a sign of cowardice forced upon captured warriors. This is a direct attack on her identity.
Bama, meanwhile, she runs home all excited to tell her older brother, Anand, about the funny man with the packet. But Anand is not amused at all. He explains the grim reality of the situation. The man, because he's from a lower caste, cannot touch the food meant for the upper caste landlord, for fear of polluting it.
What Anand is describing is the brutal system of untouchability, a social hierarchy that says human beings can be considered polluting simply because of the family they were born into. That funny scene Bama saw was, in reality, a deeply humiliating act of forced degradation. And the impact on Bama is immediate and just devastating. In an instant, her innocent laughter is gone, and it's replaced by this deep sadness and a rising sense of anger. Her entire world has just been fractured. But that sadness, it quickly hardens into something else entirely: defiance. Faced with this profound indignity, neither girl is just going to stand by. They both make a very conscious decision to fight back. When her friend Juduin says they just have to submit to their captors because they're stronger, Zitkala-Sa flat out refuses. "No," she declares, "I will not submit. I will struggle first." Her spirit of resistance is now fully ignited.
And her rebellion is immediate. It's physical. She disappears. She creeps upstairs, finds a dark room, and crawls under bed to hide. You can just feel the tension building as she's listening to the footsteps and the voices calling her name getting closer and closer.
but her hiding spot is discovered. Even then, she doesn't surrender. She fights back with everything she has, kicking and scratching wildly as they drag her out into the light. It's this desperate physical struggle against a force that's just completely overwhelming.
Bama's rebellion is different, but it is no less powerful. For her, it's an internal explosion of anger. Her very first instinct is just pure defiance. This burning desire to go right up and touch those snacks herself, to break the unjust and humiliating rule that has just been revealed to her.
So what happens to this childhood rebellion? How does this early pain actually shape their futures? Well, both women learn to channel their experiences, and they turn their pain into a source of incredible power.
After being tied to a chair and having her braids chopped off, Zitkala-Sa feels this profound loss. She says she felt her spirit was broken, that she had been dehumanized, no longer a person, but just one of many little animals driven by a herder. It's a truly devastating moment, but it definitely plants a seed.
Bama's brother, on the other hand, offers a different path to resistance. He explains that, yeah, their community is stripped of dignity simply because of their birth. But then he gives her a weapon: education. If she studies hard and excels, he tells her, she can command the respect that society is trying to deny her.
And Bama takes these words completely to heart. She channels all of that fury and all of that pain directly into her studies. She works with this incredible frenzy, and just like her brother promised, she comes first in her class, forcing people to see her, to respect her, and to even become her friends.
And ultimately, this is what it all led to. Both women transformed their childhood pain into a lifelong purpose. They grew up to become powerful writers and activists. Zitkala-Sa published articles exposing the cruelty of the very same school system that tried to silence her, and Bama became a celebrated author, giving a voice to the Dalit community. They literally turned their memories into a movement.
You know, the stories of Zitkala-Sa and Bama, they reveal a pretty profound truth, that a single searing memory of injustice from childhood can plant the seeds of a rebellion that grows for a lifetime. And it kind of leaves us with a question to think about. How do our own memories shape the people we become? Thanks for watching.